Why did the pig stop sunbathing?
Why did the pig stop sunbathing?
Because he was baking in the sun. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on air. I am not going to apologise for that one because I didn't look for it on the internet. I heard it. I overheard two people saying it.
And therefore, if you're not going to apologise for it, tell me the logic.
So what it is that I was having my COVID jab the other day, my second one, and ooh. I overheard one man who is I don't think he had many friends at school. That's just the vibe I got from him. And
you got this from like a middle-aged man. Is this like, give me a bit more about this man? All I've got is man who looks like a dick.
He was a bit older than me, I think, but he's like looked like the type who. Well, he's volunteering.
So like 30s.
Yeah. He's in his 30s, and he's like probably lives in his mum's basement. And he's told this joke to a man who is well and truly retired, sitting next to him, and he goes, why did the pig stop bathing in the sun? Wait, stop sunbathing or whatever I fucking said. And the bloke goes, it was like proper Christmas cracker shit. He was like, I don't know. Why did the pig stop sunbathing?
That sounds like us.
It does actually. And he goes, well, because he was baking in the sun. And it was the Christmas cracker reaction as well. It was like, oh. He didn't even fake laugh.
You can't fake laugh that. It's not funny enough. Like, I can fake laugh to most of your jokes, but that was not funny enough to fake laugh at. That's the thing. If like it becomes to the point where the joke is so unfunny that if I fake laugh, I just look like a cunt.
But you can laugh at how bad it is, and you can get a good laugh out of how shit a joke is. Like when a kid tells a joke and there's no punchline at all, you can just crack up because you're like, you're so fucking stupid, you don't even know how to tell a joke. Yeah,
but that's because that's genuinely funny though. When that's happening, you're laughing at it because the situation is so absurd that like he's just like, I'm gonna out my sister here, but she came out with a sorry, my sister who's undisclosed. She came out with a joke. She's like 5, maybe something like that. We're in the garden, just chilling, just playing, you know how kids do. And she just came up to me. She was like, "Hey,
did she say it like that? Hey,
what?
Hey,
what?
Charlie.
Why did the butterfly cross the road?"
I don't know. Why did the butterfly cross the road?
Because she was brushing her hair. Like, so much of it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But like, you hear that.
None of that makes any sense.
Exactly. But you still laughed, didn't you?
I did.
You see what I mean? Like that's so stupid. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Let's break that down. So the parts that don't make sense about that joke.
For anyone who did understand that joke, please fucking message us because I've been waiting for years to understand that joke.
Oh, fucking hell. First of all, butterflies don't have hair. That's the first absurdity, I think.
Second of all, why would that mean that they cross the road?
Yeah, I feel like flying over a road doesn't count as crossing the road.
You're going to cross it, no?
Yeah, but if you're in an aeroplane, right, and you fly over a fucking bunch of roads, you're not like going, oh, I'm crossing the road.
All right, okay, but if you're on an aeroplane, you're going across the Atlantic Ocean, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going across the Atlantic Ocean right now. No, but
you'd say I'm
flying over it.
Flying over it. You're not crossing the Atlantic Ocean.
You're crossing it.
That sounds like you're on a voyage in a boat and you're like, oh, we got to cross the Atlantic Ocean.
The only difference is the scale. That's the only difference.
Yeah, but like a pigeon, if a pigeon's flying up about there, and that's not crossing the road.
Imagine you're a butterfly, right? You're going about your daily butterfly bullshit.
Okay, yeah, I've got to get in the zone. Hang on.
All right, okay. You feel it?
Yeah.
Right. So you've had a hard day. You're sucking on flowers, doing what butterflies do, just like looking pretty and shit.
Flap, 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 flap.
Then.
Flap.
On the other side of a nearby road is your family. Like, say you're like a daddy butterfly, right? You've got the net, you've got everything.
Butterfly.
Yeah, like like an not like an OnlyFans dad.
A sugar daddy.
Just talking a standard dad, a standard dad butterfly, right? Not like some sort of king. I didn't. Right. So on the other side of the road is your butterfly family.
Okay. Yeah.
But before getting there, you've got to manage getting to the other side of that road. Would you not say that's crossing the road at that point? Like you're going across because you're a butterfly. Like, that's stressful shit. They fly pretty low, do butterflies?
So how high up do you have to fly before you're no longer crossing the road? So if a pigeon is hopping across the road, that's crossing the road. If it's like our waist height flying across the road, that's crossing the road. How high up does it have to be? We are asking the hard-hitting questions here at Get Lost. Right in.
I think it's to the point where you do not feel the cars. Or the lorries. You got to take into consideration the fact that lorries are about.
And like double-decker buses.
You get to the point,
once you're above all of them, you're no longer crossing the road.
And you don't feel the air movement that they cause.
Ah, yes. I didn't take into account air resistance in.
Yes, the air resistance is quite a major factor.
Would be a factor when you're flying over the river.
So when you think about it perpendicularly, it becomes this real issue of magnitude. Yes.
Yes. So, do you know, with Peppa Pig, right? On the subject of daddy butterflies, what is the dad called? Is it Daddy Pig?
I suppose it depends on who you're talking to.
From Mrs. Pig is Daddy Pig.
It's 2021, bro. Mrs. Pig is Daddy Pig.
I'm just going to look it up because I have a feeling it's Daddy Pig.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is. Pig. It's Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig. Why is it not Papa Pig?
Why would it be Papa Pig?
Because it's like Peppa Pig and then Papa Pig.
Well, then Mama Pig.
And then
Mama Pig sounds dumb, mate. Mama Pig. That sounds like an insult.
And why the fuck was matey called George? Her brother. That doesn't make any sense. It's like at least call him Peter or something. Like Peter Pig. George the Pig.
Jesus.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Just little human George. This is... I could write a better show.
Maybe you should, mate. Maybe you should.
I think I should.
Switching things up because I feel like it's a good time to change the subject.
I don't know how we've lasted on this subject for that long, to be honest. So we've done well.
I don't even know how long it's been, mate. I don't even know how long.
Neither do I. The counter says 16 minutes, but I don't think it's been 16 minutes.
No, we did have a big pre-fucking match chat.
Yeah, anyway, game. Yep.
We recently went to Ben Nevis, Scotland.
And went to Ben Nevis.
Everything you think about Scotland isn't true, is what I've learned from Ben Nevis. That's like the biggest takeaway. Nothing what I heard about Scotland was true.
What did you hear and what did you discover?
Okay, so from watching Trainspotting and talking to people generally, mainly from watching Trainspotting, but you seen Trainspotting?
I've seen like a clip of Trainspotting. That's about it.
Right.
I've watched
so what I thought it was
Scottish.
True. That's true. What's that bird in the castle called?
I think it was the bloke in the castle, the pink castle.
No. Oh yeah, Archie. No, it was the bloke. Yeah. I'm thinking of the chick in the fucking yellow.
Oh, the teacher, the primary school teacher,
Lucy something
with the hair that flicks out like this.
Yeah. She's always like gassed.
Yeah, she's bubbly as fuck. Yeah, the orange painter guy. Balamory, what a show.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what I took away from Scotland was that it's beautiful. It's like it's not talked about. It's not talked about because, generally speaking, you have this idea of Scotland in your head. I'm sure most people do. It's just like England, but degenerate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I suppose.
England's pretty degenerate, but like Scotland is a more degenerate England.
It is. But
you go there and it actually looks like Jurassic Park.
Well, the bit we went to, but then we didn't go to we didn't go to Edinburgh. We don't know what Edinburgh's like. That could be a shithole for all I know.
Yeah, sure.
We went to Fort William and a fucking such a nice place where half of Harry Potter was filmed because it's so nice. So we didn't really get the best of best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Right? Do you know?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like we went to Fort William, which is actually a town. It's just like the town and kind of area around Ben Nevis. So Ben Nevis, for anyone that doesn't know, is like the biggest mountain in the UK. It's a big old boy, 1,300 meters. Bit of a tank.
We climbed it, by the way. Us two, we absolutely smashed it. It
was quite easy. I could have done it backwards. No, we actually, it was actually really difficult. It was far more difficult than I expected it to be.
It was hard, wasn't it?
It was like, we did Snowdon. That was actually a walk in the park. I'm not even joking. Like, that was actually was easy. But the Ben Nevis was difficult.
It was. But I didn't expect
Fort William.
It was, to be honest.
No, me either. It was demoralizing seeing a guy walk down it with one leg
on crutches, and it wasn't like he turned around right at the bottom. He was coming off the summit, so he made it all the way up with one leg. Before I get to Fort William, what I don't understand is that if you've got one leg, how are you getting up the mountain? Because when you plunge your crutches in, right? You plunge them into the ground. You've got to then swing your leg up, right? Yeah.
So every time he's done that, he's had to plunge his crutches into the ground, which is slanted. It's at like a 20, 30 degree angle, right?
Yeah.
And then he's had to lift his single leg up, swing it upwards, carry the momentum from the crutches. So he's planted them in, swung up, landed the leg, and then done it again. So he's done that the entire way up the mountain.
That's uncomfortable. Walking is uncomfortable enough.
I can't imagine what it's like just having to swing yourself up that whole mountain. A nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Some people are superhuman, like that bloke who we heard that climbed it up and down in 90 minutes. It took us about fucking 10 hours to walk up and down that.
Bro, there was a bloody rowing team coming down with a rowing machine on their backs. Stupid. And they were coming down it. So they'd already been up with an entire fucking rowing machine. Those are big motherfuckers.
Done a rowing sesh at the top, and then they've come back down with the fucking rowing machine.
It's crazy.
It's stupid. But yeah, Scotland is beautiful. I found a lot of the people were very, they just hated having us there.
I think that's just the Scottish way, though. That's what I think. I don't think that was necessarily because we were British, although that probably didn't help. No. But I think Scottish people, as far as I can tell, are just very straight to the point.
Yeah. Well, that's what they seemed like anyway. Well, basically, I did the worst bit of flirting I've ever done in my entire life while we were in Scotland.
Really?
You were there. As soon as I start telling the story, you'll remember.
No, yes.
This just proves to all of you how shocking I am with women. So
I want to know your thinking behind this, because this was interesting.
Okay, I'll explain what was going on in my head, and then you can explain from your point of view how it actually looked.
Let's say what happened first.
Okay.
So
you're probably better off explaining what actually happened then.
Okay, I'll just give a non-biased view without my opinion or anything about what happened. So we're in. We've just climbed up Ben Nevis. We climbed back down Ben Nevis. Big old day. We come back. We're going for a restaurant. Treat ourselves to a nice little dinner. We're at the restaurant, and there is a waitress who comes along who caught everyone's attention. Quite frankly, everyone. I mean, all of us.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lovely girl, for as far as all of us could tell, and we're sitting outside at the time because there's no seats in the restaurant because it's so busy. It's Saturday night, and she goes, "What did she say?"
She came out and she said, "Are yous not being eaten by midges?" Was that not good? Was that not well good?
That was actually solid. I respect.
Because there's fucking loads of midges about in Scotland, like these little things that bite you. It's horrible. And she asked if we were getting bitten by midges out there.
To which Clark said, "Oh, well, are you offering us a seat inside then?" But from the I don't know how it sounded in his head, but from the outward experience, the third person experience, it was very aggressive. It was very aggressive, and it was like, so you've come out here to talk to about how we're in so much pain, and you're not even going to offer us a seat inside. That's how it came out, like third person. I swear to God, that's what everyone saw, but like. That's just initial takes, of course, so that's not necessarily...
Okay, so what in my thought process was, what happened? We'd just climbed. We'd been climbing for 10 hours or however long it had been. All absolutely knackered. And I was then, at that point, I had already had 2 pints, or like 1.5. And that I'm putting that down to part of the reason I said it. Even though
blame it the booze, mate. Blame it the booze.
Always blame the booze. And so she comes out and she goes, "Are you not being attacked by midges?" And then everyone was sort of speaking at the same time, and like everyone was like, "No, we're fine." But then I said, "Why are you offering us a table inside?" Like as a joke, and I said it in a jokey way at first, but she didn't hear me. And then she singled me out and she said, "What?" Like just to get me to repeat it, because I think she could tell that I was making a joke as well. And then everyone goes silent, and I went, "Are you offering us a table inside?"
You see, none of us heard the fact that you said it the first time. That's what makes that funny.
And then I hear you and Adam absolutely crack up. And I feel my face go red straight away. You know when you like get really embarrassed and your whole face goes...
Mate, nothing is worse than messing up in front of a girl you find attractive. There is actually nothing worse than...
Especially when the boys are there.
Messing up. Because like you've made the joke in the first place, you've taken the plunge. It was a decent joke. It was a decent joke, but it was the delivery that really...
the delivery the second time that was the awkward part.
Yeah.
First time it was funny, but like the moment had passed when she asked me to repeat it with no one else speaking.
Oh my God, it was so funny. It was so funny because you could have said it in like a jokey way the second time, but you didn't. I feel like it seemed like now that you've told me that you were anxious the second time.
I was panicking because she was like, "What did you say?" And I went,
and we all went quiet. So the stage is on you, like.
Yeah, and I feel the spotlight, boom, and I'm like, "Are you offering us a table inside?" You and Adam start cracking up, and I'm like, oh. And then she goes, "Oh, you two were laughing, and you were like, God, that was aggressive." And then she goes, "I'm not going to come out if you're going to speak to me like that." And I was like, "Oh no, my God."
I swear, she also made jokes about her getting about her dad being an alcoholic later on. So I don't think she actually took it too personally.
I did pull it back a little bit with a comment that I made later on. Yeah. But I can't remember what I said, but I was like, I finally salvaged the situation there.
I feel like you did. I remember having that feeling after you spoke to her a bit more, certainly. But it was actually, it's interesting though, because you weren't being aggressive. You actually weren't being aggressive. It was just like you were feeling the pressure from everyone looking at you and you talking to an attractive girl at the same time, which is not an easy thing to do. And
I'm very bad at talking to females in the flesh anyway. So when you've got all the boys around. Thing is though, you're never ever going to see this person again. Like there's no way in hell I will ever cross paths with this woman again.
But I don't think that was going through your mind at the time.
It wasn't, and that's like it should, because I'm like I'm fucking 9 hours away from home. I'm never coming back here. To this restaurant.
She ain't coming to your tent full of midgies. That's
like I could have been the smoothest guy in the world, but I still managed to fuck it because I'm just bad with women. So there is a little lesson for you. Don't be like me.
Just to switch the conversation up a little bit. Have you seen the Reading was on last weekend?
I was quite jealous.
I was very jealous, to be honest.
We haven't been in 4 years.
4 years, bro.
We went 3 years in a row, and then we just haven't been since.
How old do you need to be before you're too old for Reading? Another question. I
think 27.
You think 27? Because like at this stage, we're almost thinking about family camping, I think. Maybe not yet.
No.
Just for a bit of reference, we're 23 now.
We're 23 now. No way. I think... when we went, we were well young to be going. We went before we were fucking 18. That was a stupid move.
That's true. I remember having to sneak vodka in, right?
Yeah.
I snuck vodka into Reading twice before I was 18, right? And the way I did it was because like they do search you. They do go through your stuff.
They do.
So it's not like you just walk in with a bottle of vodka when you're 16 because they'll ID you and all that. And I don't think you're even allowed to bring alcohol in here.
Yeah.
Or are you?
Yeah, the next year we were carrying crates. We had like 2 crates each walking in.
Fair play. So it's just the case of the fact that we weren't 18 and they were IDing everyone.
Yeah.
So what I did was I got a bottle of Listerine. I finished it. I didn't drink it, but like I poured it down a sink.
I'm always so impressed with this. This has been ingrained in my brain ever since that first year at Reading.
So what I did, I emptied that bottle of Listerine, cleaned it out because I didn't want anything tasting a bit funky. I filled it up with vodka, took a little bit of blue food colouring, and just put a few dabs in there. Just enough dabs to make it look a light bluish colour that the Listerine actually was originally. And once I was happy with the colour it was, put the cap back on, you got that weird kind of cap you got to squeeze and turn around. And just carry it straight through. No one's going to smell it because they haven't got enough time, the queue's too big. So
what an incredible move. Making vodka look like mouthwash and bringing it in.
Mate, and the year after that I did the same but with Ribena.
What? Okay, right. I thought you were putting the Ribena in the Listerine and then... I was like, why are you smuggling Ribena? That's not contraband.
Jesus Christ.
As soon as you hit 18, you're not allowed to drink Ribena anymore.
Some sort of blackberry cartel.
Okay,
we're going to smuggle in and start selling Ribena to fucking underage kids. I mean, I emptied the bottle of Ribena out, you dumbass, and filled up with vodka and then like dyed it purple.
Oh mate, the things people do to smuggle in alcohol, like,
oh bro,
it's crazy because
and like
I've seen
it makes the festival.
So yeah, I don't understand how people who have day passes can survive, like, because they can pre-drink before they go.
Yep.
And then, but like when they get in the main stage, they can't. Well, they can leave. Like they can leave out of the main stage area, but they can't go to like the camping area without a camping wristband. So they have to buy the drinks that are in the main stage area.
Yep.
Or the arena. So that means they have to pay like £12 per pint because they can't sneak away and have a cheeky drink at their tent.
Yeah, that's
true. You know what I mean? But when you're camping, you can just be like, right, I'm fucking sobering up. Let's go back and have a fucking shot of vodka in the tents instead of spending a stupid amount on drinks.
It's funny that because the tent itself, I'm sure anyone who's been to a festival will understand this, but the tent itself is actually miles away from the ruddy arena. So like, if you're gonna make a trip back, you're gonna you only really want to be doing one. Because it's just so far. Yeah. So I thought I'd overcome this by putting a hip flask of vodka in just beneath my pants. I actually put them underneath my pants, so it's like resting against my butt cheek.
Did you?
Yep, I did that.
Did it work?
We'll get into that. So that wasn't meant to come across as sassy as it did.
Okay, I'll fuck off.
I said that, I was like, bloody hell.
I'm a dick. That was just another... That sounds exactly the way that I spoke to that waitress. I'm coming to that. Don't interrupt me.
Jesus. Let me fucking tell the story. So, I got to the security, and with the girls, like, I swear, girls, they put it in, like, underneath their bra or in their underwear. Like, they're not getting touched there. No security guard is, like, touching that. Because they don't want to be like, I don't know if they probably because it's weird for a start. Yeah. Secondly, like they don't want to be done for like sexual assault or anything like that.
Exactly. They could smuggle heroin under there and like
a child. You could get a child through a bra. I swear to God. But
yeah, it could be so obvious that it's like the heroin needles are poking out, and people would be like, "I'm not touching that. You do you."
Yeah, exactly. This ain't my job. So I go through with a hip flask attached to my butt cheek, like just like nice and sticky on it. And when it comes to guys, the securities don't give a shit. So I'm starting to get patted down everywhere. I'm like, oh, it's chill. And then next thing I know, he's like grabbing my ass cheek. I was like, bro, come on. And next thing I know, he's pulled out the hip flask.
Oh.
And he's seen it all. Emptied the thing out and just poured it out into the bin in front of me, and then just give me the hip flask back.
Well, at least he gave you that bag. That was nice of him.
Yeah, that was kind.
That was kind. I wouldn't. I'd just take it. Don't have time for this.
Absolutely not.
Because it takes so long to empty liquid out of a hip flask. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh god, yeah.
It takes fucking ages. The hole is like this big.
Oh, it's a nightmare, mate. It's a nightmare. Trying to get it in is a whole other issue.
Oh yeah.
The point I was making on this whole Reading thing was the fact that have you seen the Post Malone video?
Yes.
You have. So what happened was that Post Malone went to Reading. He performed at Reading because he was at Reading. He's surrounded by English culture. He's got a drink in hand and everyone is telling him to see it off. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
It's great. It's so British. Everyone's like, down it, down it, down it. And he's on there like, fuck, I'm in Britain now. Oh no.
This isn't just a WKD, is it? Like a couple of shots in there.
I need to stick to Canadian shows. They don't make me do this.
It's so funny how the culture is just so different. Like,
it's great. And it's so funny as well because he is like, if he was a Brit and he looked the way he did, you know he'd be a total pisshead, like to the point where that wouldn't have even phased him. But you can see on his face when he in that video, he's like,
so true.
Fuck, I've bitten off more than I can chew here. I look like this, so I can't pussy out of this because they're gonna think that I'm a right twat if I don't down this drink. And then he does it, and you see it all dribble down his mouth like this.
It's interesting because in America, like, and Canada, you can like put that aesthetic out, and everyone just kind of know it's a bit of an aesthetic, like rappers do all the time. But like, if you put that aesthetic out in England, everyone's gonna think you're a genuine crackhead.
You've got to back it if you're in England. You dress how you actually are in England. You can't fake shit.
Yeah, there's no like, oh, it's all clout. Like, no, you gotta like actually do a shot of heroin right now. Just for proof, because otherwise, like, you're appropriating culture. Like,
that is cultural appropriation of British people.
Exactly, and like, no one wants that.
If you wear too much Adidas, you've got to do fucking meth. That's just fact.
It's different. It's different. Like, you like, the clout game is different. You know what I mean? Sure. The clout isn't just the clothes and the way you talk. It's like, you've actually got to back it with the actions. Like,
exactly. You can't have a bum bag worn this way without having fucking 10
actual
grams
drugs
of coke in there.
Yeah. like if you don't have drugs in there, you look like a dick.
If you've just got your phone and your wallet in there, then people are just going to beat the shit out of you. That's just
they just got to think you're a pussy, mate. They're like, I honestly, like, if you see a guy with a bum bag stretched across his top in England, it's like, either he sells drugs or he's a faker. It's not like, oh, he just likes the aesthetic. It's like, it's one of the two. You're a drug dealer or you're a faker.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's so funny watching the fear in Posty's eyes when he was on that stage, and he was like, I'm not going to get through this show if I down this one beer, because for some reason Americans don't know how to drink. Or maybe we're just like too accustomed to drinking.
It's funny you should say that, because Guardiola was talking about this. Do you know Guardiola?
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, he's the manager of Man City, arguably the best manager alive, arguably one of the best of all time. But that's the whole other debate. Yeah, he's the bald guy, the bald Spanish bloke.
Okay.
Right, and he was the guy who was in charge of the best Barcelona team the world has ever seen, arguably one of the best teams the world has ever seen, when we had like Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Busquets all on the same team.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So he comes over to England after, conquering every other fucking league in the world.
Dominating the world, pretty much.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll dominate the Prem as well. Which he did. He took over Man City, won 2 seasons in a row, and he looks like he might be in for a shout this year.
I think so too, to be honest.
And he came over and he was like, talking about the English party culture and stuff. And he's like, you guys make drinking one of the main things of the night. Yeah. So like, you'll go to Spain and the party will be about the fact that everyone's partying. It won't be about the fact that it's alcohol. Otherwise, in England, it's like, you're getting trashed, right? It's like, you're getting trashed, so there's something wrong with you. Like, you are getting trashed, yeah?
Yeah, that's so true. Because like, you see in all these American films and shit, or anywhere really, like, if someone gets too drunk at a party, everyone's like, we don't know them. We don't know her. She's a mess. She's got a problem. But here it's like, if you're the only one standing up at the end of the night, it's like, we don't know them.
It's like you're going to bed before 2. You're a weirdo.
What are you doing?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I came here to see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I came here to see you fall over, so get to it. Break your elbow.
It's a weird culture. It's a weird culture in that respect. Like, I remember Ed Sheeran talking about it. It's like, it's an actual social thing here, isn't it?
It is. What other countries are like it? Are there any other countries who are just total pissheads like we are?
I know the French love their wine, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's so sophisticated.
Yeah, but like wine can get messy.
It can. I think, does it?
Like,
does it there, or is it only
I've
messy
seen some
here?
horrible wine and cheese nights. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but that's with British. Do the French sit there like, ha, and then they get absolutely fucked up, or do they have 2 glasses and go to bed?
Wait, sorry, like what?
Like, ha.
It's just sweet.
Sac magique. But like even now, back to Ben Nevis.
Yeah.
We tried to record a podcast. And I'm just going to announce it because I don't know whether it's going out because I haven't watched the whole thing.
It's not going out. It's not going out.
I'll watch it all back and see if it's funny.
It's not going out. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's not going out. Trust me. Just trust me on that one. It's not. For anyone who wanted to see that, you're not going to.
Is that because you don't want it out, or you think it's so shockingly bad that it's just not? So basically,
it was horrific. It was horrific. Sorry,
we had 7 of us sat there. Everyone who climbed the mountain with us or came to Ben Nevis, and we were all, well, half of us were like half cut by the time we even pressed record.
A good 5 out of 7, I think.
Yeah. How were you feeling when I pressed the record button?
I was doing alright. I was like it was me and Alex was pretty sober. The 2 of us were pretty sober. Everyone else was just pissed.
Yeah. So we were sat there and I pressed the record button and I sit down in the chair and we're having a few conversations. Everyone's talking over each other. It was absolute shambles. And I'm sitting there and I'm sat next to Scott, who keeps falling asleep because he's so fucking drunk. And he has a bottle of Baileys with him and I have a bottle of red wine. And I keep filling my cup up with Baileys. And then after a while, I was fed up of Baileys, so I kept filling it up with red wine. In the morning, I look in this cup, and it is like a red wine and Baileys like congealed in the bottom. And I was like, why was I drinking that?
That's grim. Just for a bit of context, we did go there with the idea that we were going to record a podcast. This is why there wasn't one released last week.
Yeah,
because we had the idea that we can we're going to record it in Ben Nevis. It's going to be great. We're going to do it. We got everyone else together. Clark, because he was so drunk, spent at least an hour and a half trying to set the thing up.
I did.
You did, bro. And I was getting pissed off, to be honest.
And then I didn't even press record on the camera, so it's only... we only got half of us actually filmed.
We just sat there, we tried to organise everyone to sit down at 10 o'clock at night in the middle of a Scottish field. And it comes to actually recording it. It just took them about at least an hour to set up, and the whole thing was an entire disaster. So it's not going to be released because it would just be dreadful for everyone's reputation. Not that reputation matters that much, but this would tarnish their lives. So
I will send it to the boys because I think it will be funny just to watch anyway.
Yeah, it would be a good laugh.
It would be a good laugh. But by the end of it, I only really remember 10 minutes of filming, and then after that, fuck knows what happened. I do remember keep looking at Scott and him asleep, and I keep laughing, and that's all I remember.
I just remember getting well pissed off of you. I can't lie. I say it now on a podcast. But I was getting pissed off at you because we're having a conversation, we're trying to go through it, and you just have no idea what's going on. And so you set up this whole podcast and you keep trying to host it, but you don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? And I remember I was pretty much sober. I was just getting, I was tired. I was just looking over at you, and you were just
I should take it more seriously. But then again, you didn't bring your mic, so weird.
Yeah, it's true. I absolutely, I'm not judging you for it. I'm just saying that's how I felt at the time.
God, I feel pissed off at myself because it could have been a semi-decent episode. We should have done what we planned to do, which was record half of us in one car and then do another 20 minutes of like another car instead of trying to get 7 of us to all talk at once.
When we're drunk.
Yeah. I'd been drinking all day. Well, we all had, really. We'd all been drinking from pretty much 12 o'clock until whenever we filmed this. So it was destined to be a fucking shit show.
It was an utter load of crap. But it was something.
Exactly. ABBA's back.
Oh god. You know what? They used to have ABBA nights at my uni. So I was at Southampton, right?
Yeah.
And we had this big nightclub called Switch, which I think you went to. I think you went to
I
Switch.
did. I didn't make it in
Switch
because I fell down the stairs and tore my meniscus when I was too young.
Okay, so while you were fanning about a Subway, we were on Switch.
yeah.
And having a good night of it. And they used to have like ABBA nights when I was at uni there. And so like all the girls would get really excited and all the guys would get excited because the girls were excited. No dude was there like, oh, I can't wait to see ABBA.
I fucking love ABBA.
I mean, obviously it wasn't actually ABBA.
Yeah.
It was just like a Spotify playlist of ABBA.
Yeah.
We go and like it was crap, man. It was crap. Oh my god!
You should have been in our
ABBA
car on the way home
night,
from
bro.
Ben Nevis. We had ABBA on for about 2 hours.
Oh my god! I actually hate ABBA. Not like on some misogynistic stuff, but like I just don't like them.
Really?
It's just annoying. It's mum music. It's like a Michael Bublé. I like one song and then I don't want to hear him again all night. Like with it's the same with ABBA. I hear him once and I'm not like, oh, you know what I could do with 3 hours of this surrounded by random people I don't know.
I love ABBA music, but I think it is because it is the music my mum used to play. So I'm like, you could change your mind. And I'm like fucking gassed to hear a bit of ABBA. When they've released 2 songs and they've got a whole album coming out 40 years after their last album.
Aren't half of them dead by now?
I thought so, but no, they're all just divorced because it started as like 2 same thing really.
Game's a game.
Exactly, because it was 2 married couples who came together and then maybe actually came together. Fucking disgusting.
Just one for the ages, that is. Jesus. That was a proper
basically they divorced and then they just like the band fell apart basically. But they come back with 1 album.
I can't believe you just said.
I can't believe it.
And maybe they came together.
But the worst part is I'm probably right.
Mate, if they're married, then why not?
Exactly. They should all just join in. ABBA gangbang. But they released they've got an album coming out, first one in about 40 years, which is a mad long time, and they all look fucking ancient.
Really? Because they were old boys in the when they were recording. What was that film that they all sang in?
Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't in that, I don't think.
Mate, I don't know the difference between the Mamma Mia cast and ABBA, to be honest with you.
Mamma Mia had like Colin fucking Farrell, I think, and Amanda Seinfeld.
This whole time, I just thought they were all the same person.
Did you think it was ABBA in the film?
Mate, yeah. To be honest, yeah, I did think that because I was like, that film is like ABBA. You know what I mean?
Well,
like they did the whole soundtrack, right? It's all ABBA songs, so like, why wouldn't they be in the film?
The Mamma Mia films have like some of the biggest names in acting.
I thought Pierce Brosnan was in ABBA, to be honest with you, but mate, name me a single other film where the entire soundtrack is not made by the cast. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. Name me another film where the entire soundtrack is made by one artist and it isn't in the cast.
If they made We Will Rock You into... No, fucking... Bohemian Rhapsody.
The film?
Yeah. That doesn't have any of the Queen
film
members
about a band that did the soundtrack.
Okay, I see your point. But like the stage show We Will Rock You is about... It is nothing to do with Queen, but all the songs are Queen songs.
Yeah, but that's a stage show, so it has to be the same band.
I have a feeling. No, I'll stop talking there. Anyway, ABBA's back, and they're all ancient, and
oh boys,
they're like, because do you know anything about ABBA? Like they're a Swedish band. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
So
well, they're Maz at this point.
Well, no, but interestingly, after 40 years, their Swedish accent seems to have come back in the song because they've got these two singles, and you can really tell that they're Swedish.
Jesus, is this like what was that big band that came back and started touring again? AC/DC. You know, they kind of came back in their 60s, and like nobody really wanted them back, but they kind of were. And it was just people living off, you know, it was other 60-year-olds living off their youth. They just enjoyed the experience. They had like a whole new lead singer because the first one died or some shit.
Yeah, it's like Queen. They're still fucking performing, but Freddie Mercury's been dead like 20, 30 years.
Like, surely everyone must see that's just money at that point, and it's not actual quality of the band. Like I at this point, I'd rather see an impersonation of Queen than Queen themselves.
Yeah, because it's kind of sad when you're watching actual Queen. Yeah, because you're watching 3 of the 4 members still trying to hold on to like the best time of their lives.
It's like, you should be retired, boys. You should have made it. What are you doing?
Exactly. It's quite sad to watch. It's quite difficult to watch.
Yeah, but that's it. I feel like everyone passed their like sell-by date, which is interesting, which brings me on to another point. Yes. Unless you had anything else to say about
ABBA. Listen to the song.
Is it good?
One of them is. Yeah. Well, they just sound like they could have been from when they were releasing music before, except they've got Swedish accents now. Like, nothing has changed.
Yeah, fair play. And we're not racist here at Get Lost, so that's like, it's probably just as good as the English thing. So
we're not against the Swedes. We like them.
So what I was going to say is that, talking of people who just don't age, Ronaldo's joined United. And funny thing I saw today, he is older than Wayne Rooney. I don't know if you've seen any pictures of Wayne Rooney recently, but that bloke looks like...
He looks like Shrek. He looks he has not aged very well. No, how old is he? Like, not even 40?
No, he's not 40. He's. I don't think he's particularly close to being 40, to be honest. I think he's like 36.
Man's not aged well.
Mate,
to be fair,
30,
he wasn't like
he looked like
a
he was
looker
50.
before, but like, he's really gone downhill now.
Mate, when he was 20, he looked like 33. Especially when he was bald. Like,
that's the sad thing. That seems to happen with Brits. Like, fucking Ronaldo. He's got that like little...
Those Portuguese genes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's got the flair that you don't get in Britain.
Mate, like, Ronaldo could... Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. But even his descendants aren't British, right?
No, I don't think so.
I'd assume not with the surname Malik.
No, they're not. I have a feeling they're Pakistani, but I might be completely wrong.
Anyway, so Ronaldo's joining United, which is the club that he got big in.
Yeah.
And then he got sold for like...
Did he not? Pretty much.
No, United are pretty big anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when we were young, everyone who was a United supporter was a glory hunter because they were really good at the time.
Yeah, because of Ronaldo. Yes, that's true. That's true. They also had like Rooney, Giggs, Scholes.
Yeah.
Like Ferdinand, Vidic. They're some good players, but Ronaldo was like their start boy.
He's a top dog.
During
it's always been the argument,
era,
him and Messi, who's the best footballer.
Yeah, and now he's rejoined. Which is interesting because Messi actually left. Well, like, I remember saying like, oh, he's not going to leave, but he's gone.
Yeah, so 2 of the biggest footballers. 2 of the best.
Mate, this is going to be the biggest year for football that we've seen in a while. And
the worst for Arsenal in a long time.
Oh my days. Any Arsenal fans out there, like, let's have a therapy session because we need it.
We need it on Reback. He's a top dog.
Thanks. But yeah, so the guy's back. He's like 37, but he looks like 25. He looks like he should be going on Love Island.
He doesn't he? He looks like a fucking Geordie Shore like cast member.
Don't you think he looks a bit gay?
Yes, but yeah.
I don't know, like, what, like, I know there's rumours about him being gay, but there's always been rumors about him being gay. That I think he I don't know if this is true, but I heard that he artificially assimilated someone for his to make his children. That could just be completely false.
To be fair, I feel like you can't be in the public eye without someone assuming you're gay.
That's true.
You could be the manliest of manly, not typically a gay person, but people will assume it anyway and make rumors.
Maybe it's just because he's Portuguese. Maybe that's it. It's
or it's just wishful thinking.
The reason I thought he was gay was because he had the single earring. His hair was always perfect. He was always completely clean shaven.
Straight people don't put that much effort into their appearances because we're lazy as fuck. We just hope and pray that women will like us.
That's it. Straight people are the lower class in many ways.
It feels like that, to be honest. I think we might be.
And the fact that he's just completely clean shaven all the time, and he has this kind of boyish look about him, and his sparkly white teeth. I don't know, and the single earring, the perfect hair. He does a lot of underwear shoots. I don't know. A lot of things were adding up to me being maybe
I'm looking at myself in this camera, right? And you're going, the always clean shaven, the boyish charm, the fucking the perfect hair and all that. The only thing, right, that I don't have is the earring, and I'm like, do I look really gay? Are you purposely describing me? Is this an insult? And I was like, oh, this is a wind up.
Nah, bro, gay people don't have big noses. Tell me it's not true. Tell me it's not true. Tell me one gay person you've ever met with a big nose.
I can't. I literally can't.
They just don't have big noses, bro. I couldn't tell you one either.
Do they have a jawline like this, though? Boom.
No. Absolutely. Look at Ronaldo.
Okay. Oh, fuck's sake.
That wasn't even a dig at you. That was just an observation.
An observation that you've got a massive nose. And
that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I didn't say massive.
I accepted it years ago. We've
all got insecurities.
Who said I was insecure about it?
I didn't.
I actually
said we were.
Come to realise I like having a bigger nose.
Really?
Maybe not the size mine is, but a bigger nose.
I don't want to be smelling everyone in a 40-mile radius. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. I got insecure about my nose recently because I was like, shit, I kind of want a big nose because it's a power move. I think there's a bit of research that came out recently. There was a bit of research that came out recently that people are more likely to listen to guys who have a bigger nose.
Yeah.
Because they'll have them as a thing of authority. Otherwise,
it's more
every
of a leadership trait.
Exactly. Every dude with a snub nose, however, like myself, I've got this little snub nose. It's not that snub, to be fair, but
it's not.
Every dude with a snub nose looks like he just listens to podcasts all the time. You know what I mean? It's got that soft kind of...
The big nose guys are making the podcasts, but the little nose guys, they're
the stub nose are they're just making art. You know what I mean? They're just painting their feelings.
We've managed to insult so many people in the last 10 minutes.
I think this whole podcast has been a bit of that, really, isn't it?
Oh well.
That's what we're here for.
Right. Did we offend you?
If you got offended, please do tell all your friends about the podcast that you got offended on.
Just make sure they listen to every episode before they give us their opinions.
Yeah, because if you're going to cancel us, at least have a good bit of context behind it. Yeah, if you can watch it all and then find us sponsors.
That'd be nice, actually. If anyone wants to sponsor us.
Yeah, then, but imagine we're so cancelable, right? That you just kind of need to sponsor, find a sponsor for us that suits that. Say guns. You don't like guns, right? We're cancelable. If you get us a gun sponsor, then
we'll shoot up a school.
To be Jesus. That's not where I was going. Bloody Elsa. I can't even carry on what I was saying after that.
I was talking to my friend the other day, and she goes, oh, "How are we going to get your podcast like off the ground? Because it's been a year. We need to like get you a sponsor." And she goes, "I think you need to do something controversial." So I went, "Fuck it, let's burn down one of our friends' houses and record it. That'll get us going."
Jesus, can you imagine the TikTok views?
We'd get a sponsorship for matches. Matches and gasoline.
Bic lighters. I feel like an unlimited supply of flickers.
Yeah, easy. I think we should do it. Who's volunteering their house?
Adam? I think Adam's about.
Yeah, Adam, let's burn your house down, bro. His is a semi-detached, so we might burn down the next door neighbours.
Game's game. It's all for views. They'll understand.
All for the spawns. Anyway,
it'll be on the FYP page. So,
on this note, I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a great podcast. Thank you very much for listening.
I don't know how this has happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here sharpish, like a robbery. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night. Please enjoy your life. Goodbye. Get lost.
Get lost. Get lost on air. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on Air.